The Charlie Rymer Golf Show, starring Charlie Rymer. Hey, okay, let's pick up the tempo here.
Charlie Rymer here, and welcome to my new show, where we do things my way. As a former golf pro and media personality, I know golf. But this isn't going to be your grandfather's golf show. I'm bringing you conversations with celebs and golf greats, getting off the course and out on the water, and even getting into some good eats. This is the Charlie Rymer Golf Show. Keep it in the fairway, folks. Today in Myrtle Beach, I'm hanging out with one of the nicest guys I know, Damon Hack. I love him, and you're gonna love him too. I'm Charlie Rymer, and this is Ridin' with Rymer. What do you say, D-Hack?
Made it, brother.
Give me a hug, buddy. Let me
Myrtle
see these
Beach,
gloves.
baby. I made it. Oh,
man.
thank you, pal.
I got a treat for you today. We're at
Do you?
Willbrook Plantation.
Okay.
Hop on in.
Okay.
You're gonna love it. Woo. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's a bunker shot.
Woo, baby.
All right, Damon, you grew up in L.A.
Yeah.
You didn't play golf when you were a kid. The basketball was your thing,
Basketball
right?
was my sport. If golf was on TV, we turn it off.
Turn it off.
You believe that?
That's really funny. And
Yeah.
you went to UCLA. You got an undergrad degree from UCLA.
I hit the books. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be an athlete. I'm going to focus on getting into sports journalism. I want to be around sports one way or another. I love sports. So after I graduated, I decided to go to graduate school because UC Berkeley has a great journalism program. So I got a master's in journalism.
Yeah.
And big time where I was on my way.
And from there, I know you wrote for the New York Times.
Yes.
How long at New York Times?
I was there for 5 years, but before the Times, I paid my dues. I was a summer intern at the Fresno Bee in Fresno,
Bee.
California. It's hot in Fresno.
Oh,
Oh my
man.
gosh.
Yeah.
I was a Sacramento Bee intern as well. And then I got the break of a lifetime because all the sports writers had covered the 49ers and were tired of it. And here I was, this young kid just out of grad school. I was like, I want to do it, I want to do it. They gave me a tryout during training camp to cover 6 weeks of football, see if I could do it. They gave me the beat after 6 weeks. So I had 3 years of covering the San Francisco 49ers. Here I am in my young 20s, and it was an incredible experience. And I got offered a job to cover the Knicks Newsday, Long Island paper.
Yeah.
And so I moved from California. I'm a California kid, and I moved across the country. 2 years covering the Knicks and a little bit of PGA Tour.
Yep.
And then I got hired by the Times to cover the NFL for 5 years.
And then it was on to
On
SI.
Sports Illustrated.
It's hard to get this out of you, but how many cover stories did you write for SI?
I don't know. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. I mean, I had Adrian Peterson,
Yeah.
running back, was a cover story I did. I did the Giants-Patriots second Super Bowl cover story. I did the Steelers-Cardinals Super Bowl, Santonio Holmes. I did Tiger Woods cover story when he came back from injury.
So let me
Yeah.
ask you this. You're
Yeah.
walking on the street in New York City.
Yes.
You go by a newsstand, there's a SI. What does it feel like knowing that you wrote the copy for that story?
Probably it feels like hitting a well-struck 4-iron for you. You know what I mean? You just feel it in your soul.
All right, Damon, let's check out this par 3.
Okay.
What I want you to notice, there's 2 bunkers over there on the left.
I'm not looking at the bunkers, Charlie. I'm looking
Well-
at the green.
You can think all you want, but this is going in the bunker.
All right. Snap!
Where'd it go? Damon, where'd it go?
Bunker.
I can't believe you hit that ball in the bunker.
Of course I did.
So, you've done a lot of interviews in your life.
Yeah.
The most riveting interview that you've done, who is that?
I'd probably have to say Michael Jordan. I looked him dead in the eyes, and his eyes were as intense as I've ever seen. I mean, like they were backlit. There were flames coming out of his eyes. And I'm serious. There are certain athletes who have that intensity. You said Nicholas has kind of a similar look.
Mr. Palmer.
Right?
Yeah. He's got an amazing presence, loves this game.
He sure does, man. Who doesn't love this game? Yeah, everybody. Steph Curry, Darius Rucker. You got accomplished people outside of their own endeavor. Tony Romo, all they want to do is play golf.
Yeah. Talking about things you love, You got a beautiful wife. You all have triplet boys. Yeah. I couldn't imagine. I mean, I've got 2 boys. They're 20 months apart. Having triplets all the same age at the same time.
Yeah.
How do you guys manage all of that?
Well, just like you, my wife is a superhero, and we run a tight ship. It's the Army in our house. Otherwise, it'd be chaos. We play golf together. You want to talk about fun? We take 2 carts. So it's me, my wife, and the 3 boys. We got 2 carts out there, and we're just having an absolute blast. There's nothing like I want to freeze this age because it's just so fun. It's precious times.
All right, Damon, let's get up here to 18 green and finish out this great day of golf.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Just that close. Good fun.
What a game, my man.
Hey, buddy, always great spending time with you.
Thank you, my friend.
Folks, any day on the golf course with Damon Hack is a great day. Damon, appreciate you coming out and riding with Rymer.
I'd ride with Rymer anytime.
You always got a spot with me, buddy.
Thanks, pal.
Buddy, I got to tell you, that was a lot of fun.
It was fun. How'd that putting?
One of these days,
I know,
Damon,
right? One of these days.
all going
I'm going to shock the world.
I hope I'm there when they do go in.
You know it, brother.
Glad I got some practice in there because up next, I'm putting my skills to the test. I'm bringing my A game to one of the Legends Golf Resort courses. Time now for Charlie's Challenge, presented by St. Nine. I'll be putting Myrtle Beach golfers to the test. My test, that is. Wait.
Oh,
How you doing?
good. How are you?
Good, I'm Charlie.
How you doing, Charlie?
I'm gonna make your day. Are you ready to play Charlie's Challenge?
Sure thing.
Okay, here's the deal. I got some golf balls over here for you. The new St. Nine U Pro, and I'm gonna give you a dozen of these, and I'm gonna give you a chance to win a second dozen. All you gotta do is hit a better shot than me from right here.
You might as well give me 2.
Man's got a little confidence.
Oh,
Looks like you got the right distance. Ooh, the spin helped you a little bit. Not a bad play, Steve. Let's see if I can get anything here from you. Uh-oh. Go. Just barely. Thanks for playing.
Charlie.
Here's your dozen balls.
Thank you,
St. Nine
sir.
U Pro, I hope you enjoy them.
Thank you.
Steve there hit a pretty good shot, 70.7 yards. He was dead on 70 yards. He just pulled it a little bit. I think he got it about the right distance. He pushed me a little bit. I don't think I got him by much, but I got him. I'm headed from the course to the studio, and my next guest is ready to play. Welcome into the Charlie Rymer podcast. On this show, we talk about life, golf, and pretty much whatever I want to talk about. And today, I'm thrilled to be joined by my pal, Geoff Shackelford of GeoffShackelford.com and the Shack Show podcast. And look at you sitting there in your Dodgers shirt. Baseball, that was last season. How long are you going to gloat about this win for your Dodgers, Geoff?
Forever, Charlie, forever. We've suffered a lot out here in Blue Heaven.
You've been milking it way too long. So let's talk about golf. And why is it that you don't like the guys hitting the golf ball very far? I mean, you are beating the drums about rolling back the ball louder than anybody I know. And listen, I appreciate your passion. That's what our friendship is based on, and our passion for the game. But it seems like you get mad when guys hit long balls. Am I right about that?
Not mad, no. It's just more the big picture view of what's best for the game. What I actually, Charlie, want the driver to matter. I actually think, other than what Bryson DeChambeau's doing, I think that's kind of been nullified a little bit, and I think that's why he stood out. The difference, though, in his case is that he's just circumventing the rules and outsmarting him, and good for him, by the way. I have all the respect in the world. Obviously, he's brought a new dimension of changing his body radically, but that's a different part of the argument. But mostly it's about changing good courses, trying to maintain some historical semblance of what is really great skill in golf. And then also now it's this new component. What happens to the kids if they all start thinking that you got to look like a linebacker to play golf?
In fact, I interviewed Akshay Bhatia, and Akshay is 130 pounds.
Yeah.
130 pounds. His ball speed's 100 to 185 miles an hour. So he's figured out a way to do it without bulking up. I mean, that's pretty high ball speed right there.
You think that, and no offense to him, but but do you think his body can hold up for a long time? That's another thing. Careers are going to get short. Isn't golf supposed to be different, Charlie? Isn't it great when Corey Pavin and Fred Couples are on the same level? Isn't it fun when Tom Kite and Greg Norman are the two best players in the world? I love that. I like golf being just a variety of different people and different ways to get the ball in the hole.
You talked about DeChambeau. We talk about all the distance he's picked up. It's breathtaking. But when you look at a guy who's basically gone from being 140 to 150 in putting to top 10 in the world, and I mean, you still got to putt it in the hole. There's still other things you have to do. It's not all about distance, Geoff.
No, but it's moving in that direction. And that said, the shots that make people ooh and ah and roar are still the recovery shots. I still get goosebumps, Charlie, at a tour event when I see a guy control a ball on a green I know that's firm to a pin that's crazy. That's still the thing that makes the hair on my arm stand up. It's like, wow, that's where they're different. Or the recovery shots. Sorry, man, the numbers say people still love the big picture, the courses, the way they attack it. And that's what worries me, is that it's going to a one-dimensional look, and that's not good entertainment.
Let's just finish with this. Let's just say you and I agreed 100%. The ball needs to be rolled back. It's either the ball, the club, a combination of, or some other solution. How complicated is it going to be to do that, considering that so many people talk about all of the legal issues involved and all the intellectual property and patents and all that held by the golf ball manufacturers, the golf equipment manufacturers? Is there any easy way to do that, Geoff?
I still would love to see the data on what happens if you make the ball a little bit bigger. The ball used to be a little bit smaller over in Britain, and it went longer. I would love to see that, because that's one where if the ball's just a certain size, it's easier to police and do all that. But it's going to be tough, Charlie. It's going to be tough.
Well, in any way you slice it, trying to put technology back in the bag, it's going to be expensive to somebody. And we'll see how it goes. But I understand a lot of your points, and I'm sort of mixed on it myself. I see both sides of the argument. But as always, Geoff, great spending time with you. Appreciate your thoughts, and thanks you for joining us on the show.
All right, thanks, Charlie.
If you want to see more of me and Geoff getting into it over this distance debate, go to playgolfmyrtlebeach.com. Nothing beats golf in Myrtle Beach. I'm showing off and playing some of our best courses, all while giving you some advice for your game. This is Charlie's Golf Tips. So I'm feeling a little pressure here on this 17th tee at River's Edge. It's a short par 5. I know if I hit a solid drive, I got a pretty good chance at birdie. But when I look at this hole, I'm seeing out of bounds to the left, and I'm seeing salt marsh to the right. That scares me a little bit. And I know folks get intimidated on tough tee shots like this all the time. Here's a couple things to think about. Find the smallest target that you can find in the background beyond the widest part of the fairway. In this case, I've singled out one tree trunk. It's sort of on line with the middle of that home that's beyond this fairway. All right, now all of a sudden, I'm focusing on that tree trunk instead of the out of bounds left and the water to the right. Now what I'm gonna do is draw my eye back on a line all the way to my golf ball, and then just trace forward about 12 or 18 inches. In this case, I've got a tee sitting on that line. Obviously, you can't use a tee when you're out on the golf course, but it's a nice way to practice. Eventually, what you can do is find a little blemish or even a blade of grass. And when I step into this ball, now all of a sudden, instead of seeing all the trouble, I'm focusing on a single blade of grass right in front of my golf ball. Club face is aimed there. I'm gonna get my feet, hips, and shoulders all aimed at that blade of grass. One look up. And there we go. All of that trouble completely went away. My focus was on the one blade of grass, and that gives me my best shot of hitting a good shot. So you can see I got a nasty lie here in the right rough. But this is a par 5. I got 230 yards. I got some water I need to carry. I'm gonna go ahead and go for it. Really important to have the right technique when you try and hit a shot like this out of the rough. I'm gonna make sure I get the ball back in my stance towards the middle, off the buttons in my shirt. And then, right before I get ready to hit, I'm gonna lean into it just a little bit to the left. Let me do that again so you can see. Maybe just put 5% of my weight on my left foot. That lets this approach angle of the club face get a little bit steeper, and that should allow me to take a divot. You gotta dig in after this, and then trust that the loft on this club is gonna get that ball up out of that grass and head in the right direction. Like I missed the green, but I can get up and down from there. No, how'd that end up there? Where's Phil Mickelson when you need him? You know, I got a couple options with this. I could turn the club upside down and hit it left-handed. I'm not very good at that. For me, the best way to hit this shot, put my back to the hole, just sort of hold the club up and almost let it drop down. Always just take a few practice swings like that. Just let it drop down. Let's see what we get here. That felt pretty good. I can make that.
Welcome back to the Charlie Rymer Golf Show. Who's hungry?
Oh, it's already sizzling up over there. I might just be the Picasso of the barbecue grill. We're ready to go. Back again in my hometown, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, doing a couple of my favorite things. Gonna be cooking and talking, a little bit of golf. And what we've got laid out in front of us here is a wonderful meal of fajitas. And this meal is inspired by both Tiger Woods and Marco Mira, both Masters champions. Steak and chicken fajitas, that's a meal that they chose to serve at the Champions Dinner, the Masters. And so we're gonna see if we can honor them, maybe talk a little bit of golf while we're doing it. But first off, you gotta have some fixings with the fajitas. So I got a little bit of rice here, I'm gonna get going. And I got some black beans that I'm gonna work in right here. I'm definitely gonna kick these up a notch. I love spicing up my black beans. This is some finely chopped jalapeno. I like throwing a little garlic in there. Yeah, maybe a lot of garlic. That looks pretty good. Might as well use a little bit more. And also like kicking them up with a little bit of onion. And I'm also gonna use some of my fajita seasoning in these black beans. I don't like just plain old black beans. I like them kicked up a little bit. I'll tell you something about Tiger. One of the things that people don't really know about him is I don't think that he feels nerves like normal human beings do. I was doing a show one year, and I was a little nervous, and Tiger looked at me and said, "You all right?" And I said, "No, I'm nervous as I can be. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this." And he just looked at me like that was the craziest thing he'd ever heard anybody say. I don't think he feels nerves. I think that's one of the reasons he's been able to accomplish the things that he's been able to accomplish. And as we look at this meal right here, I'm a little nervous about this, but maybe we'll be able to pull it off. We're gonna season this steak up. I've got some wonderful fajita seasoning. A lot of people like to marinate. I'm not much of a marinade guy, but this is gonna cook up beautifully. Get it all seasoned in really good. Man, this is gonna be great. We looking good. Let's get this on the grill. So I love using these cooking mats that are available now to turn a regular grill into a griddle. I'm gonna get these onions going. We got these peppers, jalapeno, red bell peppers. I like getting all of this going first. And I'm gonna hit this up pretty good with some olive oil. I'm gonna season that up with my fajita seasoning. Oh, it's already sizzling up over there. We'll let these veggies just sort of cook down a little bit, maybe stir them up some. Man, look at that color. Woo-hoo-hoo, there's gonna be some good eating right here. I'm gonna get my chicken going. Man, that's gonna be good right there now. I'm gonna give that chicken a little bit of a head start. I'm gonna give it a little bit of olive oil. Yeah, look at there. Let's see if these are ready. Oh yeah, we're good to go. I gotta tell you what, folks. They don't call me the big timer for nothing. Look at that right there. Come on, let's put these on some tortillas. Man, I can't wait to get a hold of this. Wow, that looks great. But it's not quite complete because when Marco Mira and Tiger Woods served this up at the Champions Dinner, they also had some sushi. Charlie don't do sushi. Around here, we use that for bait. But I do chocolate milkshakes. They had that on the menu as well. You guys are hungry. Come on in and get some of this. We got great fajitas. We'll make you a shake. Hold your ears. Now that's a milkshake right there. Cheers, boys. What a day. Let's grab a sweet tea and take it down a notch. For as long as I can remember, golf's been a part of my life. Even now, with my playing days, a distant memory, it's a big part of who I am. Quite simply, it's created relationships that would not have happened otherwise. And for that, I'm forever grateful. I'm sure it's gonna do the same for you. Hope you've enjoyed the Charlie Rymer Golf Show. Keep it in the fairway, folks. We're at Willbrook Plantation. This is, where'd you go? Oh, there you are.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what? Fruit is not allowed in my cart. That gotta go. Mulligan, we'll get this in a second. He's been doing this for 20 years and hadn't gotten any better.